Hi, I'm Dr. Aakash Vedpathak. I've been working as a small animal general practitioner in Mumbai since the past 10 to 12 years. Recently in my life, I have moved to a specialization where I look at ophthalmology, which is basically the care of eyes for animals.
What are the most common eye diseases in dogs and cats?
So we see dogs and cats in the city with a big variety of problems with their eyes. Dogs can come to us with conditions like corneal ulcers, dry eye. These are more external problems, and we also see patients come in with intraocular conditions, basically things like cataracts, retinal disease. Cats will come to us with a variety of infectious diseases. So it's really not a very common knowledge that a lot of infections that cause other problems in cats can also lead to eye problems. These can include things like very severe inflammation, retinal disease, and sometimes these problems can be so severe that the patient can actually lose their eyesight.
Why are certain breeds, pugs, Persian cats, etc., more prone to eye issues?
I think in the recent past, there has been a big trend towards pet parents opting for smaller dogs because they live in apartments in the city. So these dogs include breeds like pugs and shih tzus. Unfortunately, these breeds have certain associated eye problems because of their facial anatomy. The flat nose of these dogs will lead to a variety of eye problems, including things like dry eye, recurrent corneal ulcers. These can be quite challenging to manage sometimes, and adequate care is required to make sure that we prevent these problems from happening in the first place. With cats, it's sort of a similar thing. Breeds like Persians, flat faced cats have similar problems where they will have corneal disease quite frequently.
Can eye problems in pets be genetic?
That's a great question. We actually do see a few conditions that can be genetic in pets. Unfortunately, in India, it's a little bit tricky to actually know the background of the pet that you buy or you adopt. So, knowing these problems can be problematic. But there are conditions like cataracts, certain retinal conditions, which can be genetic, and these tend to show up when the patient is maybe, say, 4 years, 8 years of age as well.
How do injuries or the environment affect eye health?
So we talked about certain breeds that are commonly presented for eye problems to the clinic. Because of their flat-faced nature, what we call as brachycephalic breeds like pugs and shih tzus get more exposure to their eyes. This actually makes them more prone to injuries to their eye. We see a lot of patients come in with corneal ulcers and injuries that sometimes also need surgery to fix. With regards to cats, I think we have a similar problem. Cats, unfortunately, tend to get into fights very frequently. We see a lot of stray cats that will come to us with eye injuries as well. With regards to allergies, because of our hot and humid climate, we do see a lot of pets come in with skin allergies and all of those problems. I'm sure a lot of pet parents will resonate with that fact. Because of the same condition, there are certain patients that will also show allergies associated with their eyes, so conjunctivitis, etc., which is seasonal, is fairly common in pets.
Do eye issues increase as pets age?
So certain problems are a little bit more frequent as pets get older. We will see older patients develop cataracts as humans do as well. There are certain other conditions that people experience themselves where maybe our ability to focus on things that are close to us, developing things like reading glasses, are fairly common in people. Pets go through not the same but a similar situation where certain pet parents will report that their pet's vision has deteriorated with age as well. These are actually normal changes that we see in most pets as they get older and don't need much attention medically. But things like cataract are we are able to actually operate and treat these patients and get their vision back.
How can regular checkups catch issues early?
So a lot of common problems like dry eye, etc., are seen in certain breeds, and they tend to be a little bit more susceptible to the eye problems. If pet parents have those problem breeds like say Shih Tzus or pugs, I think preventive care is really really important. There are some problems that will present very early on in life, even at 6 months, 1 year of age, and when they come in for a check, we are able to catch these problems, start management early on in life, so that these patients are more comfortable as they grow older and they face less issues as they get older as well.
Are red or watery eyes always a sign of infection?
That's a great question, actually. So, a lot of people associate redness or discharge from the eyes with a condition such as conjunctivitis. It is a common misconception that bacterial infections are very common in dogs' eyes, and a lot of people will start antibiotic drops. Unfortunately, these drops are sometimes available quite easily at our local chemists, etc. Uh, Redness and discharge can actually be a symptom of most eye problems, and it's quite a vague symptom. So it's always advisable for such patients to get a check, actually evaluate what is happening, and get a more specific treatment from from their doctors. So it's quite important to not ignore these signs as well. But it's also important to remember that just generic treatment may not be solving the source of the problem.
When should owners worry about constant eye discharge?
So a lot of people associate their pet's health with themselves. We are quite used to getting a little bit of eye gunk in our eyes when we wake up in the morning, etc. And people feel that this discharge that they see in their dog's eyes is normal as well. Actually, dogs getting sort of this mucousy discharge in their eyes is not really a normal thing. If you see this happening constantly and you have to clean this multiple times in the day, this could actually be a sign of conditions like dry eye. These are conditions that can be treated quite successfully, and if treated early, can actually avoid a lot of problems for the pet in the future. So, thank you for this opportunity. This has been a real pleasure for me to answer these questions and solve the doubts that a lot of people have regarding their pet's eyes and their eyesight. It's really important that we sort of support our pets to live the best life that they can. This involves us doing our regular checks with our general veterinarians also. But we talked about a few problems with their eyesight and their eye health in particular, and we definitely have the support system now available that we can provide specialist care for our pets as well. So great, thank you.